What up, though, y'all? It's Chris, broadcasting from the D. And Carnival's in the algorithm again, but this time it's not for any brawls. You guys know that's been a thing lately that we've been hearing about quite a bit. Different brawls on different Carnival Cruise lines. You know, some real ghetto time happening. I was supposed to go to a cruise a couple years ago with my family. I didn't end up going, and I kind of had some FOMO initially about it, but I'm not so sure now. Did I really miss out on anything if this is what's to be expected? So people are saying that Carnival has banned rap music. I have looked for something to back this up. I've not been able to find anything concrete. I found a video of a woman claiming that she was in one of the clubs and they weren't playing rap music, and she asked the DJ if he would, and he told her they're not allowed to play rap music after a certain time. So the only thing that I found to back this up remotely was someone from their own account claiming that not that rap music isn't allowed at all, but just not after a certain time. So do with that what you will. I can understand why that would be a thing. Rap music. Look, after a certain time of the day, if you're trying to really set the vibe, rap music is just not going to do it. If you're trying to set the chill vibe, the get down vibe, rap music is not going to do it. And I've seen people say rap music kind of gets people a bit amped up. Y'all call it turned up now, but it's being said that when y'all get a few drinks in your system, nope, nobody's by me honking. They're honking at somebody else, just letting you know. In case y'all were wondering, like, is that you? No, it's not me. Anyway, y'all get a few drinks in your system and y'all get a little too turned up, man. So y'all get some drinks and y'all hear that rap music going, whatever it is, your Lil Wayne, your Tupac, your Biggie, your Nas, your Jay-Z, whoever, your Diddy even, you know, y'all get a little too turned up and start creating problems. They also say that they don't allow speakers anymore. Now that I was able to back up, and I'm actually okay with that. Simply because if I'm on a cruise with y'all, I don't want to go to the deck and hear y'all garbage music. I'm sorry, man. I don't. I think I've reached the get off my lawn age because most of this new stuff I think is total junk. I think the 80s and 90s especially was the golden age, and much of this new age stuff I just can't get into. So I really don't want to go to the deck and you got your JBL speaker out there playing whatever shite it is that you enjoy, that I most certainly will not. Y'all, I mean, listen, this was bound to happen. You know, you got people complaining, saying that they trying to change their reputation, change their image. Everybody know that they were the turned up cruise. Okay, they don't want to be known as the turned up cruise anymore because the image of that they don't like. I've seen various different videos that people have shared on Carnival, and let me tell you, it really wasn't making me want to go. You spend a few $100s and you go on the cruise, and it's just people everywhere. Me, I kind of like some space. I don't mind a little bit of a crowd, but I don't like too much of one. And this, where it seemed like everybody on there packed like sardines, that's not appealing to me. That, I see that image, and that does not make me say to myself, oh boy, I wish I could go. How soon can we go to that? In terms of the behavior, and I see that complained about the most, the behavior of black folks on there, y'all, it looks like black fatigue has made its way to Carnival Cruise Line. This is ultimately what happens when you make things too affordable, too budget friendly, and I hate to say that, but it just is what it is. When you make things a little too accessible to people, you open the floodgate for every bit of riff-raff. It's like how people say Spirit has a reputation for being a bit of a rowdy airline. Now, I've flown Spirit several different times. I've never really had any issues with it, but I do know that I perhaps have just been lucky up to that point. When you invite in everybody, let's just say that, you're gonna get what comes with everybody. Sometimes it's just worth it to pay more to kind of cut out certain types of people from showing up. This is why you're gonna have people that are gonna be going with Royal Caribbean and Norwegian, because those are more expensive cruise lines. So there's gonna be a lot less riff-raff. I mean, I'm hearing prices of $1,000 for a family of 4. That's crazy, man. I did not know that it was that cheap. When I was gonna go with my family, I wasn't gonna be spending anything. I was already booked and paid for. I just ended up having to give my spot to somebody else because I was busy and I just couldn't get away. And to my understanding, they had a good time. But do I want to really go on a cruise where while I'm out, I'm going to be worried about if we can dock and get off of here without incident? I'm going to be worried about if there's going to be fights on here. I'm going to be worried about if there's going to be fights with us getting off. It's just an element that I just don't want to deal with. So I get it. I've seen instances of people who they made videos. They're saying they're never doing Carnival again. They weren't black folks. They were non-black folks. But again, this is what I said. Black fatigue, man. You got a situation where black folks come, black folks get let in, and then make the experience worse for everybody. And I wish that wasn't the case, but it is. And we're not doing ourselves any favors by pretending like it's not. When I made that video before about black fatigue, I cannot tell you how many black folks in my comments were triggered by what I was saying. I think the most ridiculous thing of all is that they know, like I know, that I'm not telling any lies, but they'd rather pretend like there's no issues and I'm just an Uncle Tom or tap dancing for approval, from non-black folks, rather than just simply correct the issue. They're more upset at me for saying that there's an issue that needs to be correct than they are the people who perpetrate the issue. Only us, man, is this a thing. You don't get this with somewhere else. If I go to something with all white folks, I know that I'm not going to get the same experience going to something with all black folks. It's not that I don't want to go to things with all black folks. Of course I do. But I know that when a certain type of black folks show up, everything is going to go south. And those people know who they are. They don't care about messing it up for everybody else. They don't care about embarrassing themselves. They don't care that there's children around. They don't care that they're going to be filmed and made TikTok famous. They don't care, man. They just care about creating drama, being ghetto. You better not say the wrong thing to them. You better not step on their sneakers. And when you paying to have a good time, you just don't want to deal with certain elements. I paid my money like you paid your money. So why should you have a right to dictate how good or how bad my experience is going to be? So this is why I just stay home, yo. I don't go to a lot of different stuff. I go to like Pistons games, Red Wings games. I go to Tigers games. But in terms of a lot of these get-togethers, man, y'all ain't gonna see Unc there. You're just not. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, though. Hit me with a like if you like what I do. Hit me with a sub if you like what I do. And hit me in them comments. I'm gonna holler at y'all. Peace.